Hi, I'm Rasheed Ogunlaru, coach, speaker and author. Welcome to the proper first in the series after the intro of my mindset and mindfulness series. Let's start off with the noisy mind. You probably recognise it. There's things everywhere, papers, books, clothes, stuff everywhere. Not only is it likely to be the case that your external surroundings are cluttered, perhaps even more worryingly, your mind is cluttered, full of stuff. Things to do, places to go, thoughts, reflections, projections. You're likely to be caught up in tomorrows and yesterdays. I meet many people who are in this space. I coach many people in this space, including many people who are very, very bright and very intelligent. So this has got nothing to do with how much knowledge you have. In fact, sometimes the problem is that the more knowledge that we accrue, the more noisy the mind is. And we're not still, we're not present, we're not quiet. There are very, very few benefits of a noisy mind. The probability is if you have a noisy mind, it may well be that you're feeling stressed, you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling worried, you're feeling anxious. You're likely to constantly have arguments or feeling caught up in your own mind or second guessing yourself. You're likely to be very, very reactive. Your buttons can easily be pushed. And just one thing to be kind of mindful and aware of at this point of noisy mind is that what happens over time, of course, is that your mind has gathered all sorts of stuff like a library. Of course, there's the actual events, there's memories, there's thoughts, there's ideas, there's concepts. It's worth bearing in mind that you didn't start with any of these. With any of them. They're gathered over the time. So the thing that's worth knowing here and noting here about the noisy mind, if you have a noisy mind or if your mind over a period of time gets noisy, is to be aware that this isn't how you started. So if you're worrying about how is it that I overcome this, there is an antidote. It wasn't your starting off default. It's something that has happened over time. The first thing I want to say here about this that may well help you as we move to our second video soon, Quiet Mind, is to stop being overly interested in the mind. We tend to pay far more heed to the thoughts in our mind than any other kind of stimulus that we get. So we're concerned with what we think, but often we don't spend as much time thinking about our own internal processes or how it is that we think or what it is that's beating the heart. So we get caught up in that concept bit of the basket. It's worth the mind being aware of that. The mind also actually wants simplicity, it wants ease. And it's worth us being mindful of the purpose of the mind. The job of the mind really is to plan, prepare, work things out, to decide things, to define things, what's what it does, and to try and keep you safe as best as it can. So it's trying to work things out and so on. But it tends to work based on the information, the knowledge that it actually has, to spin projections and so on about life. The other thing I want to say at this particular point before we move on from noisy mind is you don't want to get involved in a battle with the mind. The mind is a wonderful thing, but it's its best if it's calm, if it's still, so it can be very effective for you. So if you're the kind of person who's got a noisy mind and you're thinking, well, that's all very well, I love my mind and so on, it's great, and I don't want to get to a point where I've got a quiet mind and I lose all those thoughts. That's not going to happen. What's happening here is it's just like having a house where everything's clearly filed away, stacked away in the right shelves and cupboards and so on. So that leaves you free to begin to focus on what needs focusing on. When you need those particular things, you'll be able to easily bring them to view. So that's all that really is to say about the noisy mind. Join me next time as I explore the quiet mind and, crucially, how to arrive at that place. See you soon.